All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're starting out this video like we start out every other video, just leaving my house. We're on the Meelod, something like that. Lately, I just cannot pronounce the name of these bikes, but I think it's Meelod, because Meelod would have an A in it, and this doesn't have an A in the name. But yeah, so we're out here on the bike. We're gonna be taking it to work today, and we're just gonna see how it feels and how it rides, especially like in traffic. I don't remember charging the batteries, but I'm looking at the battery meter right now, and it looks like with voltage check and everything like that, we're looking at like 95 or 90%. So I'm pretty sure we charged it. We should be perfectly fine. We should hit our max top speed, and we should be able to zigzag in and out of traffic. Good. Brother, come on, man. Okay, so where we left off on this bike the last time we rode it, if you guys watched my video review or not, because this is not really a video review, this is just kind of like a day in the life, a real riding test, using it back and forth to work, you know, something that you guys would probably do if you bought the bike yourself. I just try to give a realistic like riding experience. Last time we took it, I was looking for a password to get into the advanced settings, and I had to contact the company and figure out what that password was. And they sent me the password, so I haven't messed with the bike. We've been super busy on this channel. Honestly, like I've been working on 3 projects at once, and I'm also still working like 40 hours at my job, but I've been trying to get some days off. Next week is gonna be beautiful. I got a bunch of days off. I'm gonna try to shoot 1 video for the week on another bike and just take the rest of the days off and do other stuff that I need to do, like laundry, whatever. But that's not what you guys are here for. The point of the story is I wasn't able to use the password on this thing yet to get into the advanced settings, and the only reason why I wanted to get into the advanced settings was because I wanted to change the password. I don't want to keep putting a password on this bike every single time I turn it on. I think that's annoying. I mean, technically I'm not keeping the bike, but I wanted to help you guys out. But the company said that they don't want that password shared out to everybody. So here's what I'm gonna say. If you guys buy the bike, which is on Amazon right now, it's $14.99. I can't promise after this video goes up, or you're watching a month or 2 or a year after this video's up, it's still gonna be the same price. I couldn't really tell you. But I will say, it's $14.99 right now, and I have a discount code that will take an extra $100 off this bike, and that's a fantastic price for this bike. But here's what I'm saying. If you guys buy the bike, send me a message on Instagram, and make sure you take a picture that you have the bike too, because I get tons of messages all day long, and honestly, I can't respond to like everybody. And half the time I really can't I just can't get to everybody. There's just, too much going on. So you have to take a picture of the bike and let me know you bought it. And I'll send you the password for the bike if you want to mess with the stuff. But the thing is, real quick, if you do mess with the advanced settings, keep in mind that you might jack something up in there. So that's all I'm saying. So just be careful on what you're doing in there. I just wanted to get in there to change the password. That's really it. So again, this is not a review video, but real quick, we're working with a 1200 watt motor. It feels nice and gradual. It doesn't feel that torquey. The bike feels, like kind of average. It doesn't feel like that powerful. It doesn't feel that quick. But it has a good top speed. I didn't even see what we hit, but I think it was like 32 or 33 miles per hour. One thing I do need to mention though that I noticed after riding the bike is that if you barely push the seat down or put any weight on the seat, the suspension has I guess you could say this much of a thing where it kind of it feels like it's not connected to anything. The spring is on there, it's as loose as possible, but you just feel like there's a sag to it before you even really put all your weight on it. That's just something I noticed, but it's not affecting the ride quality whatsoever. Still rides pretty dang good. You hear the tires a little bit. I can hear them right now. I do like the reflectiveness on the side of the tires. Not a huge fan of these tires because they are, they say puncture resistant, but honestly, these are tires that easily go flat. But someone in one of the reviews, and I didn't see it, but it's like a rhino liner that's supposed to be on these tires. Mine doesn't have that label, so I'm wondering if they had different batches of these bikes and got different tires in. Mine didn't have that. It's supposed to have an extra 3 millimeters of thickness to the tire. So I'm a little worried about the tires going flat, but I am happy about the big fat headlight that's up in the front. So that is one big beefy headlight, and we got fenders all around. I also brought my electric headlight right here, And you guys are gonna notice I still never took the keys off because I didn't really plan on taking these batteries off. Everyone knows how to take a battery off a bike, so why show you guys and waste your time? But I just keep the keys on here so I don't lose them when I sell the bike. Under the keys, if I can show you, I have another little light right there. That is for the back. Because if you guys watch my review video, you'll notice that there is no active light on the back when you're riding. Even when you have the headlights on, the light in the back does not light up. The only time it lights up is when you hit the brakes. Now, I could have got a defective unit, but hey, I'm reviewing this exactly how it came in. I don't have time to contact the company and say like, hey, is this wrong or is this right? And send me another one and replace it. We're working on a fast schedule lately, so. Oh man, you guys are gonna mess me up turning. Yeah, so if it's messed up, it's messed up. Go. Dang, I should have just went around him. But anyways, moral of the story is just the simple fact that that is a huge safety thing. So I brought a light that we can attach to the back that flashes and it could stay on. It's a Shred Light R1. It's from like skateboards and stuff like that, so you guys can use that. And it's gonna protect me as well. If you wanna buy one, I wanna say, I think they're like 50 bucks or something. Somewhere around there. Woo. Let's see how fast it is going down the hill. Oh, we're jamming. 35 miles per hour. 36. Holy crap. 37. Oh, come on. I saw 36.9, man. Go, bike, go. That's 100% accurate. I know I don't have my phone up here, but we did have the phone on the review, and I checked it, and it was spot on accurate. When I hit 32 miles an hour, it showed 32 on here. That was the highest top speed we ever got, and obviously going downhill, we hit about 36. But it's pretty cool. It's a fantastic bike. I like the looks of the bike more than anything. That's really the biggest pro I like about the bike. But overall, it's kind of like all the other bikes that look exactly similar to this. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I should always kind of do this in my video review so you guys can get an idea when I pull over and stop when I'm talking about stuff. There are tons of bikes like this that have the same frame that goes like this and like that. It reminds me of a mini bike, the ones that have the gas motors in the middle that people get from like Home Depot or Walmart or something like that. But this one's stretched. It's stretched very long. It feels very good on the road. I love this one compared to all the other ones. You can always, like I said, get a bike that has the same frame. This wheel is tucked in under here. They all look the same. This one just stands out because it's stretched out in the back. I love it. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But this is one of my favorite looking bikes, I would say, in my garage right now without any modifications. If you guys were to put some motorcycle tires on this thing, that would look sick, and you wouldn't have to worry about flats. But keep in mind, any type of extra weight that you put on this bike, you're gonna take away from the torque of it. And it's not that torquey, like I said. So I personally, even though this bike I think is recommended for people over 400 pounds, I'm pretty sure it was 450 pounds if I'm not mistaken. We reviewed so many bikes, I'm trying to like, you know, go back in my head and remember what this was. I'm pretty sure it was over 400. I highly wouldn't suggest anyone over 250. And the reason why I say that is because you're just really gonna take away from the speed and the torque of this bike and the range too. I mean, you do have two batteries, they're both 15 amp hours each, which is great. 30 amp hours in total is awesome. And you don't have to use both batteries if you don't want. Like I can show you right now that if I come over here and I turn off this battery, which now it's not green, and I start moving, we're good. I'm only running one battery now, I'm running the bottom battery. I was curious to see if our battery bars were gonna change, but it doesn't. It's still going off of the voltage from full to low, so this isn't gonna change as much. You might get more voltage sag, but for the most part, it's still gonna stay at the same battery. The battery bars is gonna go down a lot quicker. So I'm gonna turn this battery back on. I'm not trying to get stranded. 15 amp hour battery alone, I wanna say if you're going as fast as I am without pedaling, about 30 miles an hour, you're probably looking at, I would say, about, I don't know, it's a hard one. I would say like 15 to like 19 miles. It really depends on how you ride. You do have a 1200 watt motor in the back, so you got to keep that in mind. But yeah, overall, it's a cool bike. But I am not liking the battery bar situation. There is a Bluetooth on this bike as well that I haven't messed with. So I'm assuming there's an app, but they didn't tell me there was an app. I didn't see one. I didn't actually read the manual or anything like that. I think I lost the manual. So there is a Bluetooth icon up here, and then to turn the headlight on, we'll hit the plus button. That will be for later on at night, so we could check out all that stuff. So if you guys want to skip forward to that, it's going to happen in about the next like 5 minutes in the video. And then that's it. You can't hit the power button to do anything. I do have 13 miles in total on this bike. The biggest thing I wish this bike had was a voltage reading. There's no voltage reading at all. I can't check anything on the battery. You'd have to get a voltimeter and check that out. But the average consumer is not going to have a voltimeter. I'm just really not the biggest fan of the fact that the battery bars, or I should say the battery level, whatever, it just goes down so fast. For 30 amp hours, I don't like to see the voltage sag go down to like 60% when I've only done like 5 miles so far coming to work. I don't like that. But I will say that the mileage that's on here is accurate because the speed is accurate. So any type of range and ride that you get out of this bike is going to be legit. Here's another overpass. We're going pretty fast. 36, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. When we get the cops behind us, whoop, whoop. This is when we get the Karens in the comments too. Hey, you're going too fast. Oh, okay, yeah, let me just brake while I have a lot of momentum coming down an overpass and waste my battery. Nah, I'm just gonna stay going super fast. It's all right. A cop ain't gonna pull me over doing 30 miles an hour when the max around California and here is 28. They're not gonna be tripping. I've never seen a cop around here pull out a radar gun and be like, oh man, he's going 29, 30 miles an hour, pull him over, give him a ticket, harass him. They got better stuff to do. I live in California where people steal. You know, I had to steal some bottles out of some girls' hands the other day because they come in our store all the time and they just load up their bags. They literally will grab at least like $1,000 of alcohol. So I came and took them out of their hands and said, get the out of the store. All right, as I've been walking through my store, I wanted to see where the battery bar would go back up to, and I don't know how to explain it. Like, if you guys can see that, it looks like it's probably 80%, somewhere around there. I can't really tell, so we probably went down 20% for a 6 mile trip. But other than that, let me get everything together and I'll show you really quick. This is gonna be funny as hell. I'm gonna have to switch this light because check this out. So I'm gonna hit the headlight on. I just did it. I was just verifying and this doesn't come on. See, it only does with the brake light or when you hit the brake. So yeah, that's crazy, right? So I'll see you guys in about 9 hours and we'll test out this brake light and the headlight. I'm really digging the headlight. You have a high and low beam, so I want to check that out for sure. Just give me a second. Here is a look at my Beyond Rider jacket. It's the reflective line. I've been trying to show you guys in every single video what I actually wear for protection when I ride, because a lot of people just want to know, and if you guys want to cop this, I'll have links down in the description. This is honestly some of the best PEV clothing you can get for riding your scooter or unicycle or e-bike. So, see you guys, let's get on the way and go. See you. Bye. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna fit on this one. I need
to have the other one.
Yeah. So all right, I'll see you guys. Oh, the door did not want to open. All right, so before we ride this thing, since you guys saw that we already had an issue with the brake light not working, it's technically, I don't know if it's a defective unit or not, but since this doesn't work, even with the headlight on, I showed you guys literally probably just 10 or 15 seconds ago, I brought this shred light that I was talking about, and basically it just straps up to anything. So what I'm gonna do is, I think this is too small of a bar to put this on. So I'm going to put it on the side right here, and then I'm just gonna clip it on like that, and then I can angle it however I want. You know, it actually should probably be lower, I should say. There we go. That's not too bad. It's kind of going up, so if you want it to be a little bit like down, you could. And that's almost dead, by the way, so we should probably hurry up and get on this ride. But if you do get one of these, I'm thinking maybe you should put it underneath the brake light. But that's gonna help people be able to see us. I would have liked an actual light that worked with the headlight on. But we'll see how these lights are on the trail really quick. Let's just get out of here because I don't want to be here a second longer. So let's roll out, like Ludacris says. What the heck? Okay, Beth, Thanks, Beth, for putting these in the way for me to hit the button. Appreciate it, real estate person. Everyone says these tacos are hella good, but then I just heard 2 other people say that they're not good. I've been hearing they're good for weeks, and then 2 people just said, no, they were gross. And I want some tacos. I want some different food on my lunch. I'm getting tired of like eating the same thing over and over at work. There's just pizza. There's just Little Caesars, that's it. The sandwich shop shut down. Then we have a Starbucks, and there's a Jack in the Box. But the Jack in the Box will take 20 minutes to make my order. But anyways, let's get on to some other stuff. The stock headlight is looking fantastic, and I knocked it out of the park in my review video, which I said it looked very good in a straight line, but it is not very wide at all. All right, I made it. That was a little sketchy. There was a lot of Teslas in a row going down the street. There's a supercharger right down there. That's where I go and charge mine most of the time. I was just trying to get over. I was in the bike lane for a hot minute. But yeah, we are good to go. We're gonna get onto this test to check out this light. Well, at least in a pitch black area anyways. I do this on all my videos when I take these bikes to work. I'm actually really impressed with this light, and you know, I got so many modes to show you. So let me pull up here just a little bit farther. I'll get in between these lights right here, like we always do. Woo! The brakes work fantastic, I gotta say that. All right, so I actually angled this headlight pretty good, because if I move it down here, that's too low, and if it's way up here, you know, it's still actually pretty visible. That is very high. But I think I angled it pretty good, maybe just a little bit higher up, but that's pretty good already. It looks slightly crooked, but anyways, I'm gonna take it. So this is with the daytime running light on. So that's the light that's always gonna stay on here. And then if you go to this one, this is the high beam. So low beam, high beam. I actually really like how the high beam looks, but you don't get a lot of coverage in the front. So I really like how this looks up close, but if you really wanna see far, this is the way to go. But be careful, you know, you're gonna blind people and whatnot, so don't be that rude person on the road, or hopefully, you know, you're respectful enough. And here is my aftermarket brake light. We had to add one because look, can you even see this bike when rolling down the street? I mean, I do have the daytime running light on right now, so you can't really see anything, but you wouldn't see a black bike on the side of the road. So yeah, that really blows. And then here is a good look. I'll get on my knees real quick and show you guys the brake light. The brake light is good when it works. It doesn't work when it's on. It is what it is. I don't send these videos in for review beforehand. I literally just post them up, and hey, all is fair game. If the bike came like that, I don't know if that's a defect or not, but I don't have time to go back and forth over and over on all these videos on telling these companies that, hey, this work and that work, and is this supposed to be this way? Because if they send me a replacement part, I have so many things come in. I think we talked about this earlier. I just can't be delayed. I got to get my stuff done when I have a day off. And if I don't, I got to move on to the next thing. And then it's like it puts me behind if I got to go back to getting this review done. So anyways, this is how the headlight is looking on this road. And there's so much traffic. I hate this new section that they opened up. But I forgot, I got off of work at 9. So that's why it's a little bit more busier than it is when I get off at midnight. But I can totally see someone running into this. Someone is gonna come straight going hella fast and not turn fast enough, and they're gonna plow right into like probably this, and hopefully no one's, hopefully no one's walking or on a bike or anything like that. I don't understand why they made the street like that. The street that we just passed was completely straight like this. They made it turn and come into where the bike was, or a bike lane was at. I don't understand, it doesn't make any sense. But again, anyways, let's get back onto this bike. And pedaling's cool on this bike. I will say the pedals come up pretty high. So if you have some long legs, you might be struggling a little bit. They might be coming up to your chest. It's not terrible. But if you just want to ride this bike with throttle only, it's perfectly fine. It's really good. The throttle response is pretty spot on accurate. It's like 1/10 of a second. It's just instant. It feels really, really good. No complaints with that. Brakes. Oh, okay. I know the GoPro was not going to capture that at all because of stabilization in the GoPro, but I got the back wheel off the ground and almost endoed with hitting the brake so hard. Man, all right. Maybe a little bit more careful, Jonathan. Let's not wreck when I'm trying to go home and have a nice night. I actually got to go and edit some videos right now that you guys are going to see, well, days before this goes up, because long story that happened with this bike company is I'm working on 3 projects right now, and this was the first one that I had to work on. And then as I started making the video, the company said, do not put the video up yet because we ran out of stock. And I was like, oh man, come on. So I held on to the video a little bit longer, and then they said, oh, okay, you can post it now. I was like, all right, cool. So I just had to go back and edit it and whatnot. And then now I'm shooting this video. But it's like I'm jumping back and forth because I couldn't put that video up, I decided to do the C3 Strom so I can get that video out. But you're gonna see the C3 Strom video after this one. Just because like the way things are going, this one should have been first anyway, so I'm just gonna throw it up there. And check this out, guys. We came through this other day when I had the ride one up Portola, I think Portola, and I went with some EUC guys and a one wheel, and we were on the side over here. But now you can see this light right here, so it's lit up. This is gonna be nice. But what sucks is there's a light here, there's a light right back there, and there's a light here, and then a light way up there. There's so many stop lights in a little bit of span. I hate that. I'm not a big fan. And it looks like, are they working up here? Like, what's going on? I have no idea, but there is a lot of cars up here. Hello. Coming through. What? Is that guy saying we can't come through here or what? Why is that guy saying we can't come through here? Oh. Can't we come through here? Why is that guy waving me down? Can we come this way? I don't know if I made a bad choice by, trying to come this way or not. I think we can make it. It looks like they're watering this, but that guy's trying to flag me down. I am not turning around and going the opposite way. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do it. It's not gonna happen. So I will just go through this. I'll get out of the way. I'm only gonna be doing like 30 miles an hour anyway. Oh yeah, what is that guy tripping about? We all right. We totally fine. All right, no traffic, no traffic. Cool. Dang, this road's closed too. All right, glad I made it through that. That guy stressed me out a little bit because he was like flagging me down like I couldn't go through there, but it's like, it was fine. Like, he made it seem like they were putting cement down. I was like, I don't want to be that asshole to run over some cement, but I would have got up and moved around if I really, really, really had to, but it looked perfectly fine. Look at all these people coming through. They don't want to go around either. All this crazy construction, man. So the last time that I took the ride one up bike that I just did like just the other day, but you're gonna see that video like way before this one, is I went down straight, but I didn't want to go straight this time because I didn't want to go off road and go in the dirt. And that was kind of scary because it was pitch black out there, but we do have a better headlight on, which I kind of want to compare it to the aftermarket one from Electric. Now you can buy these electric, they're, what are they called? The beacon headlight from the company. It's not the actual company of this bike, but they're really good. You can put them on any bike. So if you bought this bike, if you want this headlight, you can get it. You can get the same ones kind of similar to Amazon, but they're not this brand name. But I'm trying to turn it on and it's not going on. So let me see if I can turn that on. Oh, am I hitting the wrong button? Oh, okay, I had to hold it for a really long time. I haven't used it in a while. I try to bring it on all my e-bikes so you guys can see the difference. And let me turn the stock headlight off completely off. Oh, wow. You can barely even see the stock headlight. Let's see how it is with the high beam after this car passes. Okay, so I can kind of see the high beam. Can you guys see that? But the low beam, it just adds like a yellow tint. It actually does make it brighter, I'll say that. But okay, I'll leave the low beam on and hopefully, please no one hits me because look at my bike lane. It disappeared into some bushes. Fresno, get it together. Okay, no one's behind me, we're good. I didn't crash, turn around. You kind of get off balance when you turn, when you turn around like that. I don't really like doing that too much. And then people just come out of nowhere in front of you, so gotta be careful. All right, move out the way, boy. It's green. It's green for me. Beep, do I have a horn? No one's gonna hear that horn. It legit sounds like the GoPro, like when your GoPro dies or something, it's all beep, 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 beep. That's 100% what it sounds like. I would just mistake that with the GoPro, so I think I said that in my review video as well, but it is not a very, it's honestly not a horn, it's a sound. So, not the best. I would really like to see these companies seriously, start putting some actual like horns on these bikes. And why do you keep merging out? I don't know if they thought it was a motorcycle with my helmet or not, but man, you guys get me paranoia over here. I don't know what the heck they were doing. But all right, so let's get into some serious stuff though, because we're almost at the end of this video. This is probably gonna be the last time I ride this bike, because with everything coming in, we gotta go. We literally gotta like flip this stuff like very quickly. I have a guy that wants to buy like all this stuff off me like as soon as I'm done with it. And it's not no disrespect to the companies. They pretty much know what it is, but I do 2 videos and most people only do 1 video. So I'm actually giving the company more videos than what other people are offering. So I think I'm doing pretty good, but I have to get rid of them at the end of the day. I'm sorry. Most of you guys are saying, oh, do a 72 volt on it. I can't. Will I think this is a good bike for a 72 volt? I mean, I didn't really look at the rear setup of the wheel and see if it was or not, so I can't really say. But I would definitely go with a more known bike that has a 72 volt system already on it. There's already stuff that you can get for it. You can watch videos on it, like the Rev 1 that I did, the 72 volt upgrade, the Super 73, the 72 volt upgrade, the Stealth Bombers 72 volt, and there's some other e-bikes where people convert them to 72 volt. I also did the Zeus, I think the U1100. But what I'm trying to say by that is, even though this is the last video of this bike, this is one I highly recommend, especially right now. It is $14.99 on Amazon. I can't guarantee the price will stay the same, but I have $100 off on Amazon as well. There is tax on Amazon, keep in mind, but you guys are gonna get this bike for, I think, like $1,520 or $1,530. It really depends on the tax in your area, and I'll have links down in the description. This is a fantastic bike for the price. I don't really think you can go wrong. It's very good. Another bike that's kind of in this price range is the BR100. I want to say that one's like $16.99. It's a little bit more expensive. I like this one better than that one, but I will say I liked the bag setup of the BR100, but there was no way of replacing the batteries on the BR100. You would have to actually go and, you know, buy an extra battery from the company, because like that tube design, you're actually sitting on the seat that the seat is sitting on top of the battery. So with this, it's cool because you can actually go on Amazon and get a 24 amp hour battery and fit it on here, which is badass. And it would probably cost you like $550, and that's being realistic in today's market. And you can have a shit ton of range on this bike, I'm telling you. So I really like this bike for that fact. It's very comfortable. The brakes are fantastic. It's not that heavy a bike either. The headlight is awesome. You don't need an aftermarket headlight. I just brought it just to bring it. I'll even show you when I turn it off, and I have a bug on my face that just landed on it. God dang it. Let's ride around with this high beam on just for a second before I go home. But I really try to give you guys the truth, and I really think this is a good bike. But if there's another bike that's kind of in the same price range that you saw that I reviewed and liked, or maybe just something else you're looking at, hey, go with what makes you happy and what you're gonna like at the end of the day. I personally just love the look of this bike, and I could probably ride it like forever. I really think I would just do some upgrades on motorcycle tires, maybe put like a 1500 watt motor on it that's actually like with a different controller, so it has more amps. That's probably something I would do, and try to get it to like, I don't know, 36 or something like that. That's I think something I would do. I thought this bike did 35, but it actually does 32. The one that does 35 is the Max, and that's the, is that right? Or is the Pro? Oh my God, I forgot already. But one has an extra motor in the front, and if you guys want to buy that one, it is a little bit more expensive. You could try my code and see if the $100 comes off on the Max as well on Amazon. I'm not going to put a link down there because I don't want to be wrong with my information. So yeah, just do what you guys want. But I really like this bike. It's like a really good contender on the market. I'm loving it so far. And yeah, this is going to be the last time you guys see this bike. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And I will say though, I'm a little, oh, what the heck? My gardener came? I thought he was going to come on Saturday. That means my car is hella dirty. It has to be hella dirty. And I just washed it. I was going to move my car tomorrow because he was going to come. What's going on, man? But yeah, so I guess that happened, but at least it's done. Well, the whole tree is actually gone. But you guys are treating me peas, and I'll see you guys in the next one. We take a different bike to work. And yeah, just enjoy the videos, buy what you want, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, 1 second. So when the battery's coming back up, it looks like it's at 40%, but when we were on it, it was down to like 20% with voltage sag. So we didn't do that much. We only did like 12 to 13 miles of range. So I don't know, take it with a grain of salt. Like I said, you can upgrade these batteries. That's probably what I would do in the long run if you're going to keep it and get motorcycle tires. Just make sure you're probably not over like 250 pounds because you're really going to take away from the power of the bike. I'll see you guys. Peace out.